So I just want to start this off by saying that all dicks matter.
Yes. We are here with DASH KATZ. I'm so excited to have you.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
So I'll tell the listeners how we met. It was New Year's Eve at the Comedy Cellar at Olive Tree Cafe.
Yes.
My boyfriend Colin is part of this band called the Olive Tree Madmen that they play every Monday. They're very good.
Amazing.
And I remember it was New Year's Eve, so we were like, everybody was drinking. It was so much fun. I love, that was my second New Year's in a row there. And it was just great. And then we were outside and I met you and your energy is just unlike anyone I've ever met. And in New York City, that's a tough bar to pass.
A tough gig.
And we were all, you kept saying like, wait, which one, is your boyfriend the hot one? And I was like, yeah, he's the hot one. Like, he's so hot. And we just got along. And your friend who has known you since you were children.
Yes.
He was like, you had the cutest friendship. And it was so nice to see two men be like friends that like he loves you. And it was like a romantic friendship. Like I love those types of friendships. And so he was saying that you would be a great guest on the show and you're making me laugh so hard. And I was like, get the fuck over here, Dash. Let's go.
He has my back.
Yeah.
That's an ally.
Yes.
And,
truly.
Yeah, we go way back. In 5th grade, he was my Captain Hook and I was Peter Pan in the play.
Amazing.
You know, that's a good
He's a good friend. Yeah, he was great.
I love him.
And so you sent me some talking points that I just received that are amazing. So I figured let's just jump right into it.
Let's do it. I'm so happy to be here. I love y'all's work.
Thank you.
Yes.
Foreskin gate.
Oh God. Yeah, that's a strong start.
I love a gate.
Any gate is like scandalous, juicy. We want it.
Right?
Yeah.
I love a gate.
Do you have foreskin?
I don't. I'm cut.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean I don't have a story about it.
Right.
Okay.
Do tell. Pray tell.
You want to hear the story?
We do, yes.
We would love to.
So I just want to start this off by saying that all dicks matter.
Yes.
You know, like we appreciate, we love all the dicks.
Love penises.
Sizes, colors, shapes, foreskin, no foreskin. They're all gorgeous in their own way, you know? With that being said. Okay, so it was maybe like my second date ever with a guy, right? I'm maybe like 21, okay? At the time, and it was through Grindr. Okay. Red flag number 1.
Yeah.
I didn't know guys went on dates on Grindr. I thought you just went over to each other's houses and fucked and said, just open the door. I'm not going to answer it.
Exactly. I was delusional.
Sounds fun.
But yeah, I know. Romance,
Yeah,
right?
I wish straight women had the luxury of that, but murder.
They need to do a Grindr for straight people, but like I'm also concerned for the women.
It's called Tinder and women get murdered on it. So,
exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so second date off a Grindr.
Yeah. Well, it was our first date, right?
Your second date
And
ever
so
with a
he
guy.
like bought me pizza. So like that's like
Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, see, I was loving it.
Are you
Okay.
engaged?
I
Corinne
love
would have loved
pizza,
that too. Yeah.
So I'm like, you're already halfway in my pants.
Yeah.
You know, like pizza, you know, and he's
Yeah.
he's like foreign.
Okay.
So those are already like 2 check.
Yes,
like
you're
this is
loving
going
this.
great.
Yeah.
So, you know, after that, we like go to Times Square. We're like making out in Times Square. He's like, do you want to come back to my hotel? I'm like, fuck yeah. You know, why not? He's like, the thing is, my mom's there. Okay? So I'm like, what in the Mormonism is going on here? Like,
what kind of porn category is this?
yeah. He's like, but we can sneak past my mom and like have fun in the bathroom.
Is she awake? Okay.
So I'm like, no, she's sleeping.
Oh,
so he
no.
wants to literally sneak past the mom.
Oh, wow.
And I do it.
Oh,
I
was she snoring?
fully knocked out, snoring, drool.
Wow.
I sneak past the mom because, you know, he had bought me pizza and he's foreign. So I was like, let me, you know, give him
And also,
some.
there's an element of sneaking when you're like going to make out or have sex or whatever, or hook up for the first time. It's like, there's an excitement to that.
Yeah, it was like a little scandal. I love a good scandal.
Yeah. Juicy.
So next thing you know, we're literally sneaking past the mom. Doop, 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 doop. Go into the bathroom. We're making out, right? It's like starting to get hot and heavy. I take down his pants. He had already come. No, the underwear. It was like a soup.
Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't it wasn't hot.
Oh no.
It was hot that I was impressed with myself. I was like, wow. I'm like,
still got it.
yeah,
Never lost it.
Exactly. I was like, wow, like I must be really hot. So anyway, he's like, don't worry, it's just the first time. It's just the first time. That's what he kept saying.
Okay. Oh, that could be creepy or exciting. I don't know which one.
Wow.
I was so confused. I was like, okay, like work. Because I'm one of those girls, like, if I am finishing, I want to go to bed.
Yeah.
I'm like, nuts, pillow.
Time for nap.
Yeah, exactly. But he apparently like had another load on the way.
His refractory period is pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, impressive, right? He was right. Like, there was a second load.
Okay.
I see.
But this is
After
where
the soup? Soup is a lot.
That was the appetizer.
That's like a ladle.
like when the underwear like was lifted, it was like you could see
Like
the
Spider-Man
connection.
webs?
Like yes, like the like you know those cheese pulls?
Yeah, yeah.
That's what it reminded me.
Yeah,
of.
totally.
So anyway, I'm still like, he bought me pizza, like let's just like see where this goes.
Yeah.
So after the second load, he is like, look what I can do. Mind you, he had a boner still.
Wow.
And he's uncut, which like I don't care. As I said, all dicks
You
matter.
can't tell if they're erect too.
It depends on the dick.
Oh, really?
Some there's like the extra skin that like you can really tell, but it makes like
a kangaroo pouch?
Yes, like a full pouch, which like can make sexual acts actually really easy.
Oh, how so?
Yeah, because it's like extra padding.
Okay.
And it's like, yeah, it makes
some fun stuff you could do.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God. Whew. My mom's in heaven right now, like, Dash, you are a whore.
That's my baby.
Yeah. It's okay. She loves comedy, right? So, I know it's taking a really long time to get to the climax.
That's okay.
No pun intended.
I love the climb.
Yeah.
Unlike him.
Yeah.
So, he's like, look what I can do. And this is when foreskin gate occurs. He has to pee. So, there's just a lot of fluid in this man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did he pee with a boner?
He stands above the toilet. He pulls his foreskin up. Literally, it's like pulls the foreskin down. The foreskin is now like an L shape off his dick.
What? Oh, it's like extra.
Oh.
Of his erect
boots.
dick?
It's literally the dick, pulls the foreskin forward, pulls it down, and now the skin is pointing down.
Whoa.
And he starts peeing.
Okay.
And literally the
It's a
pee
faucet.
It is a faucet. It's ricocheting down. It's like
Whoa.
peeing in front of me. Which,
Oh, wow.
Oh.
yeah, which was so. It was.
You didn't like
it
that?
It was disturbing.
Yeah, I mean, that's when your foreskin goes beyond your erect penis, that's like a.
And you're peeing. Like,
Yeah.
this is not. I'm not one of the piss play girlies.
Right.
I don't kink shame.
Yeah, sure.
But it's like, ask
I mean,
for
if that's what.
consent
Of course.
before getting into this moment.
Of course.
But yeah, that was very disturbing. So that's
Wow.
foreskin gate for you.
And was he looking at you like a proud kid that's like, mommy, yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Exactly.
And you were like,
he's so excited to be showing this talent off.
Oh my God.
But baby girl, I did not want to see this.
Yeah.
So
no.
did you get a second load or no? You just kind of exited.
Oh no, the second load came before.
And then the pee was
then
third.
the pee, and then I was done.
Wow.
Oh, okay. Got
and I know I should have been done long before that.
But sometimes you're like, this is going to be a shit show, and I want to have a front row seat to it, even
can't
though
look away.
it involves me participating in the shit show.
True. I'm someone who gets bored easily. So
Yeah.
I'm like, if you're batshit, I'm like, okay.
What do we got
At
here?
least I'm entertained.
Yeah, honestly.
That is an issue though. That's gotten me into many predicaments.
Right? Because you
Yeah.
stick around for the batshit
Yeah.
ones because they're
Yeah.
entertaining.
Yeah.
Well, and it's especially like you already got this far, so it's like, and then you had to sneak back out of the hotel room to not disturb his mother.
Yeah, it's like the most sad walk of shame.
Wow, right?
It's like
Quietest
you've
walk of
just
shame.
been prematurely souped on.
Yeah,
Like,
you watched a man make his dick into a faucet.
yes,
That's
and pee
wild.
out of it. And now I'm walking past a drooling, snoring mother.
Wow.
it also
Wow.
feels like if he was that like into doing it, it can't be the first time he's
No way.
shared a hotel with his mother and brought someone back to the bathroom.
That was the vibe. It was like you've done this and you're proud of this.
He was probably, well, also too, if he's from another country, I don't know how that country feels about gay activities, but in New York, it's like, be gay. Like,
Please.
be as gay as you want to be here. And so maybe he felt so free that he was like, I'm going to show this guy my faucet trick because I can't do that back home. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
that's a magic trick. Abracadabra. Hey, Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga. It's a new hit. She's back in her goth era.
My paws are up.
So your second bullet point.
Oh, God.
Being a feminine bisexual.
Yes.
So you're bisexual.
I am, which always shocks everyone.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
I know, because I come off like a flaming homosexual, and
Yeah.
I love my sisters.
Yeah.
You know? But, yeah, it's like I'm a very...
That's kind of fun.
It is.
Because I feel like
Fun fact.
women, there's this comfort that like a man who seemingly comes off as like very gay, there's a comfort there of like safety, right? But then taking that to another level of, but wait, you would want to fuck. That's a totally different like world. That's like, I've never even thought of that.
talked about it like on a podcast or on any of my
really?
socials. No, because I like literally get laughed at when I tell people, or like they don't believe me.
Oh, that's annoying.
And it's like weird.
Well, you
I'm
wouldn't
like,
say it if it wasn't true.
yeah, it's just like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, trust me, I'm already getting the homophobic hate. You know?
Yeah.
But it's like, wait, where was I going with this?
But how would you say like everybody's sexuality is ciphered in their own unique way, right?
Yes.
So it's like some people are bisexual and they're like, I will date men, but I'll only like fuck women or vice. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
how does yours cipher?
Okay, so love that question. So the thing about it is, like, I think it's important to talk about because number one, femininity versus masculinity and sexuality are separate.
Yeah.
You know,
Very.
and that's why like butch, hot lesbians
yes.
exist.
Yo, butch lesbians, I'm like get
Into
giddy
it.
around them.
No,
I
same.
get like nervous.
And I'm like, I know you're not into me, but I'm like,
But yeah.
but I kind of could pass, like, you know, like,
I don't know. A dynamic's a dynamic. I always thought, like, I feel like every one of us had in middle school the student who was, you're like, I don't know if you're a guy. I don't know if you're a girl. I just know you're very attractive. And
Yes.
whatever you are, I am
I'm
attracted
into
to
it.
that.
I'm very into the androgyny. Yeah, that works.
Oh, androgyny's so hot.
So, like, you know, obviously we're very conditioned in a heteronormative world. So, like, growing up, like, it was just like I would have crushes on girls, and those ones were like fine.
Yeah.
But if I like had the feeling of like an attraction to a guy, it was like this, my whole body would fill with like shame, you know?
Because of
just,
how you were
like,
raised?
my
Or the world you were raised in, rather.
Well, I definitely was told from a very young age that like you're either one or the other.
Okay.
Which just kind of like confused me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because it was like and like my first love was a woman.
Aw.
And talk about an ally. When I came out to her, we fucked.
Whoa, that is an ally.
Ally.
Ally for life.
Now, did you say
For
I'm
life.
gay or did you
Oh.
say I'm bisexual?
I told her I'm bi.
Okay.
No, did she? So it's, yeah.
Yeah,
wow.
so where I lie though, like I usually am like more sexual and dating with men at
Mm-hmm.
this point in my life. I think part of that is because I come off so gay. So women
Right.
usually, but with women, I'm only into people who are into me.
Of course.
So
yeah.
most women are not going to be into a like
I don't
seeming.
know. New York, you'd be surprised.
You think?
Have
Well,
you
no.
hit on women?
Oh well, I've had plenty of fun with
Okay.
women. Like, and
Yeah.
I've joined in like hetero couples.
Oh, that's probably very fun.
Oh, it's my favorite.
Are you on Field?
I
love Field.
So I'm like a unicorn, right?
Yeah.
Love
fun.
the unicorn era, and I have a great story, which is in the bullet points.
Oh, perfect. We haven't gotten to that. but we will.
About one of my unicorn escapades, right?
Oh, great.
So yeah, like if a girl is bisexual or like open-minded or just like sexually empowered, those are the girls that I'm more into because then I feel safe. I feel like I can be myself
Yeah.
and still be attractive to you.
Yeah.
You know? So that's usually the kind of girl that I'm into. But my ex, who I was with on and off for 4 years, was straight.
Yeah.
And she was just the best. I love her.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you guys are still friends?
She's dead.
Oh, no.
I know.
Well, you have a lot of death in your life.
Oh,
You're like Corinne.
I'm surrounded by death. Literally,
Wow.
I know. And my mom just passed in November.
I
which
know.
Is like,
we were talking about that on New Year's. I'm
I
like,
know.
oh, it's all your firsts without your parent, I imagine. Are just
it's the
Corinne,
worst.
Corinne lost her father not that long ago. And
I'm
it's just,
so sorry.
a lot of my friends are losing their
We're
parents.
the goth
and-
girlies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very goth. It's dark. Like, And I'm so proud of you for like going after your dreams, having this fucking iconic podcast, running for mayor. Like,
Thank you.
Right.
Icon, like even dealing with the grief, even dealing with the mourning, because it's hard. And I know it's like sometimes it can feel like you're just like doing the motions, but you're not actually fully there because you're like processing so much, you know?
Yeah, it's very fresh for you. So you're, it's an interesting, and this is the first time you've lost a parent?
Yes, my dad is here. He is here. And he's also an ally.
Oh, good.
Yeah, he's so cute.
Good. Oh, a cute dad.
Oh, he's like the cutest.
I love
him.
like poetic dads. Corinne had a very like poetic dad. And I'm like, oh, that's so, I think that's such an asset for any human being to be born into this earth with a dad who's like kind and sweet. I've so like, that must be a great life.
He's like the nerdy, sweet one. And then my mom was like the baddie, like icon personality. Like definitely got more of my like
fierceness and
fierceness from her.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so how did you have a lead up to her passing? Was it sudden?
It was fast but like it wasn't sudden because she had very serious cancer. So we were like trying to do everything we could to keep her alive, you know? And like she wanted to do the fight. Like everything that she wanted to do, I supported. I didn't ever want her to feel like pressure to do any treatments or anything that like she didn't want to do.
That's nice. Yeah.
So, but I like was in the hospital with her for like 3 months. Like,
wow.
Like every other night I would sleep with her on the chair.
Wow.
Yeah, just because I never wanted her to be alone. It was like so many things that I don't even know. It was stage 4.
So it spread.
It spread like
Poor
literally
baby.
It was everywhere.
Yeah. Did you guys talk about death?
Oh, yeah. She was like, I do not fear death. Like, she's such an icon.
Wow.
Yeah. She's like, I'm going to see my dad and my mom.
Have you heard from her in your dreams or in signs in your life?
I literally can talk to her. Like, I like can hear her in my head. Like, if I ever need an opinion, I like... Maybe it's schizophrenia. Who knows?
No, but, I mean it's your parent. You have a close connection with, and especially too. I imagine spending the last 3 months of her life with her in the hospital. Like you probably bonded with her on a level that is just very deep.
And I talked about that in my speech. Is that's something that a lot of people say to me. They're like, "Oh, you were," because I was like really good at being that nurse. I'm a very like nurturing person.
Yeah.
So like. And I was just able to like, you know, we're so right here that like I could just know what she wants and give it to her, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas my dad's more like, let's like do a PowerPoint and dissect this. I'm just like, boom, like I got you, you know?
Yeah.
So I think she was really happy to have me there. But
if you've heard from her.
It didn't bring me any closer to her because we were already that close.
Wow.
Like we were like, that's my best friend, that's my second half. So now I'm like, I can't fall into like a self-destructive depression because I know she wouldn't want that for me.
Yeah.
So that's what's like kind of getting me through right now is like knowing that she wants me to like still do things like
and
iconic podcasts. Like, you know, like she'd be so happy that I'm here today. And like she doesn't want me to just rot in my bedroom and like fall into my depression, but like it's fucking rough. Every day I'm like missing
hanging on.
her. It's like missing her and then like processing like the torture that she went through. That's like the hardest for me. Her actual death was very beautiful in the sense that like it's exactly what she wanted. The hospice came to our home. She was in her own bed. We were all surrounding her, holding her. I was just telling her like, you're going to be okay. You have nothing to worry about. We're all okay.
Wow.
And she like, it was she also looked...
Very spiritual death she had.
Oh, it was
I mean, it's a spiritual thing anyway. But.
It was so spiritual. And then... Get this, 20 minutes after she passed, our doorbell rang. We opened the door. No one's there.
Oh, that was her.
100%.
I think it was definitely. Wow, that's
She's
powerful.
Very powerful.
She's very powerful.
And I already could hear her in my head when she was alive. So it's just like that remaining consistent. I'm really grateful for because I'm like, I need her voice. I need her.
Yeah.
And I still have her, and I'll always have her.
You'll never not have her.
Damn, it sucks to not have her physically.
I can't imagine. I studied death for a really long time just because I was so interested in the fact that there are mediums, and I'm like, if this is true, if this is real, that is wild, and what a beautiful thing, what a beautiful healing thing. And I've been to readings, and I've taken Corinne to readings and stuff. And one of the things that I hear repeated that it's just so confusing to me because it's so antithetical of like how any person actually feels is like when you die, the person who dies is like, don't grieve. Like they think we're crazy for crying, but it's like, I think that's crazy that they think that's crazy. Like what? Like
like how could I not? You're half of me.
And especially your mom and like with Corinne's dad, like just such a big presence, like such a spot in your heart they occupied.
Absolutely. Oh, half of my heart is gone. There's just like a hole now.
Yeah.
You know, and I'll just do the best I can, Mom, and then we'll be reunited.
Yeah,
You know, physically one day. Or
absolutely.
You know, we're already there spiritually.
And that's great that you can kind of access her when you want.
Excuse me. Yes. And like I'm grateful that she got to live to 68. Like she deserved much more time, but it's like my best friend died at 25.
That's
my
crazy.
ex died at 28.
Oh my God,
like,
Dash.
Yeah. So it's like I'm hoping, you know, they say things come in threes.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I lost the first love of my life, my best friend, and my mom. I'm like, can we be done?
Yeah.
Grim Reaper, like, please fuck off.
Yeah. Leave him alone.
I know. It's like, it's pretty dark. So yeah, I have a lot of trauma I'm carrying with me daily, which why I think I'm funny.
Of course.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
It takes the trauma.
If you don't laugh, you'll cry. And it's like crying is not, you know, it's more productive to laugh.
It's our only option.
How long ago were those other deaths? Because I don't know.
So 2018 was my childhood best friend.
Jesus.
My childhood best friend's dead too.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Wow, we relate.
You have
and
a
I'm
lot
with
of-
you,
And
baby.
a guy I was dating died.
Whoa.
While we were dating.
Okay,
Yeah.
so hopefully we're both done. We've completed the trifecta
Yeah, I hope
of
you're
trauma.
both done. I mean, you do have our parents will die. The remaining parent will pass, but like
We
not
all
for a
will.
while. Not for a while.
Exactly.
Your friend, like my friends weren't. I mean, they were in their 30s though. You're 25 and 28. That's really young. I mean, not that 30s is like you're expecting it, but
So November 2022 was when my ex died, and that
Jesus.
rocked all three of these rocked my shit.
Yeah.
like
This sudden.
I have a theory that
Those were
November's my least favorite month, so this does not surprise me.
it's November and January.
See, for me, it's just November. It's
Just November.
Just November. I just hate the whole month. I just want to hide for this whole month. I hate November. It's the worst.
Yeah, I hate November. I hate January. Those are like we got beef.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that we're out of January now.
Thank God.
You have a bit of a respite.
So do you
Pick another
run-
soldier?
It's like those feelings that you feel in these two particular months are like lingering behind you, and are you just not looking at it? Are you distracting yourself? Are you escaping? Like, how do you quell it knocking at your door?
I mean, I just think like both those months are dark as it's in itself. Like outside, it's dark.
Yeah,
it's
weather-wise.
cold. It's like bringing up. It's like the anniversaries of dramatic events.
Yeah.
I'm just like no.
We're going to go to bed early this month.
Yeah, exactly. Thank God January's over. I'm tired.
Yeah. Have you heard from the other two folks in your life, your ex and your childhood best friend who have passed? Have you heard from them the way you heard
I feel
from
their
them?
presence. Like when I did Squid Game the challenge.
Yeah.
They well my edit. You know,
What?
it's reality TV.
Yeah. As
But-
Corinne has been on it before, and it's
Stop,
like
what were
it's
you on?
not that show, but
I was fired from a reality show so I never made it to air, but I was on, it was a show on Sundance called Girls Who Like Boys Who Like Boys, about women and their gay best friends.
Wait,
so my
that's
best friend and I
cute.
were on it, but we were fired and replaced by a woman who's now a very successful stand-up comedian as well.
oh, nice.
You were robbed.
Well, you didn't want to pretend.
We wouldn't do a lot of the stuff that they wanted us to do. They wanted me to pretend that I was in love with my best friend, and I said, but he's gay. That would like
We respect his identity.
Yeah, he's just like, and
That wouldn't work.
I was like, we're friends. Like what?
Yeah.
I was like, this is a weird.
That's called overproducing.
Yeah, I said, but I'm not.
But you're in a game show type.
Oh.
And I mean, they overproduced that too, right?
It was giving Saw.
Oh, ew.
Like literally on day one.
Oh my God.
8 hours in the freezing cold, having to hold your positions for red light, green light for 30 minutes.
What?
Oh,
Yeah, dark.
Oh my God.
So like that was very much giving death game.
Yeah.
And
Oh my God.
but during that I was like, do it for Molly, do it for Jake, do it for Molly. Like I channeled my angel's energy and I felt it and it got me through. And after those 9 hours of crossing the finish line, I just like broke down crying because like I could really feel them with me.
Yeah.
In those moments of distress. And like I also had a moment of distress in the second game because like I'm not good with like drawing, even drawing like fine-tuned things with fingers.
Yeah.
Always been bad at that. So I was like shaking, trying to cut the cookie out because I know how bad I am and I'd practice and I'm fucking terrible at it. Oh my God, I finished the cookie with 1 second left. But like even then I was like channeling them. So they really were helping me get through that trauma.
And it seems like, and from all the videos I've read and the people I've talked to in the books and stuff of like, or the videos I've watched, is you just need to think about their memory and think about them and their essence. And they're like, hey, hi. which is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's interesting. They'll come, like random things will make me like feel their energy. But if I need them, they're there.
Yeah.
And that's the most important.
That's nice.
They're there when you need them.
You got them for the rest of your life.
But just to speak on Molly, to wrap that thing up, it's like, I feel very misunderstood a lot of the time.
Yeah.
It's like people are always trying to tell me who I am rather than just listening to who I am and letting me tell you. Because identity is the most powerful thing in the world. Only you can decide who you are.
Yes.
And with Molly, like I went through a very traumatic coming out. So her acceptance of me and her loving me regardless.
It was like a safety fall. Like you can really trust her.
Yes. And like that level of intimacy and like making love to me, like it made me feel safe in my own body again.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It made me feel safe in my sexuality and in my fluidity. It's just like she was so important for my formative years when it came to my sex and sexuality. So like her death really hit me like a ton of bricks and it's so crazy because I had been dreaming about her right before she died, witchy shit. And she was like saving me from my nightmares because I had another trauma, like lots of trauma.
Yeah. Being a human is a very traumatic experience.
And that's what my mom always said. It's one trauma after another, and it's about how you deal with it.
Yes.
For sure.
Because you're never going to stop getting those traumas.
Exactly.
So you might as well learn how to take it and like be powerful in those experiences.
Yes, 100%. So I had texted her being like, hey, you keep saving me in my nightmares. I'm taking this as a sign that I want to reach out. I hope you're doing amazing. And she was like so sweet. She's like, that is so adorable. I'm traveling right now. Would love to see you when I get back. And I was like so excited to reunite. And then she passed.
Suddenly, I imagine.
Yes.
Oh my
suddenly.
God. Woof.
Can I ask?
It was like an accidental overdose sort of thing. Like, yeah. Both of them, my ex.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And my childhood best friend.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean, I don't even know. Yeah. Death is wild. Death is such a wild thing.
It's
such a
so
loaded
hard, and that's why you gotta like while people are here, you gotta tell them how
that you love
feel
them.
and that you love them, because with my mom, like I have no words left unsaid.
That's beautiful.
Nothing. Like I would pour my heart out to her on the daily. Like I was low-key codependent on her. So I'm like, oh, she knows.
But that's nice that you had a mom you could lean on. That's beautiful. Yeah. Oh, that's so great. So you've had a lot of death in your life, but you've also been really fortunate with these bonds. Your close circle of bonds has been pretty top notch.
And if you're like mourning on that level, like that's clear to like how special and lucky you were to have that love in your first place, you know? So I try and think of it like that.
Yeah, yeah. You mentioned you had a traumatic coming out experience.
Oh, I'm like, happened? How dark are we getting on this podcast?
I mean, we
can get very dark. We get pretty dark on this show.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Yeah. Comedy and trauma are like hand in hand.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought, like, it's so funny because, like, when I finished filming the show, I was very traumatized because I got hate crimed out of the competition.
What?
Yeah, full hate crime.
What?
They didn't edit it like that because that's very controversial, and I get it. It's reality TV. They can't, like, show that.
Right. They could, though.
I wish they did.
Yeah, because that's what happened to you.
Yes, and, like, they made it, like, they had the footage to make it look like it was my fault, so that was the easier road to go down, but it's like, no, like, I was very mistreated. I stood up for myself, and I was proud of myself, and it's like, the reason why I got eliminated was because it was by a Trump supporter, and he was blaming me for people knowing that he was a Trump supporter, even though he was literally going around the dorm in the Squid Game telling people he was a Trump supporter, which is just terrible gameplay.
Oh, yeah, I was like, what's the strategy?
Yeah,
there?
like, baby girl, this is the motherfucking Squid Game. Why are you talking about your Lord and Savior Trump?
Right. Well, that's exactly how it is.
And you don't want people to know.
And it's my fault? It's the most queer bitch here?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, not most queer, but most visibly queer.
Yeah. That has more sway.
Yeah.
But also, too, these people that are like a candidate. I just watched a whole docuseries about the alt-right and how there's more alt-right, racist, anti-Semitic, anti-Black and brown people than I realize or that I like to think. But they also don't want people to know that they're like this. And I'm like, if you're so fucking passionate about it, why not be you, boo?
Exactly.
Why not
Stand
be
on
you?
that shit because you know you're wrong.
Right, because I disrespect who you believe in and what you praise, but like I disrespect you even more that you're too chicken shit to say it.
I agree because you know what? Like I'm willing to have the conversation with people. I'm willing to, try, like, it depends on how much energy I got.
Sure.
Or who the person is,
Yeah.
Like, sometimes it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
But, like, if it's someone that I, like, care about and then I find out, oh, they voted for Trump, like, I'd rather have a conversation with them and try and, like, open their mind with love than hate, because I used to be like that, just like, you're dead to me. But I don't think it's actually how we're going to, like, reclaim our power as minorities in the country.
Yes.
And I'm including women in that,
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
No one, because, and also too, like, especially with the way his presidency is going now, I want to give current Trump supporters room to backpedal on their support for him. And they're not going to do that if I'm like, I fucking told you we were right, you fucking idiot. That's not a welcoming, you can't do that.
It's like, girl, I tried to tell you, but I hope you see now, and I hope you choose to come on the right side of, like,
of history,
humanity.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
Like, this guy.
Hate crime.
Oh, hate crime.
Yeah.
So what I thought, honestly, like, I left that show being really proud, being like, I think I'm gonna be a hero.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I opened up about what I'm about to tell you about, like, my traumatic coming out. Like, I did a whole, like, interview in like a cute ass look,
little expose.
Yeah, like, because I was thinking, like, okay, I'm gonna, like, be a role model for queer people and for survivors who, like, want to stand up for themselves, because it's like my backstory, but it's also what happened to me in the game. But then when I saw the show, I was like, wait, you're not showing why I'm really voting for these people, why I'm really like gaming on. I look like the, like, messy, like, which, like, I was messy, but
it's a reality show
for a reason, like, I was coming for those people for a reason, like, none of that aired, so that was hard for me, because then I got, like, a lot of homophobic hate, a lot of people being like, how could you come for them, or like, I'm so glad that guy eliminated you, and it's like, if only y'all knew the truth, so that was painful. But with that being said, like, I always wanted a platform after surviving what I survived, because I was like, I'm someone who has talent and I have the personality, and I want to, like, hopefully inspire other people that they can get through, trauma.
Yeah.
But that's, like, not what happened. But now I'm kind of hoping I'm doing it on my own, little by little.
Yeah. What did happen?
So what happened?
Yeah.
So what happened was I was raped, was what happened.
Okay.
Yeah. Trigger warning. Sorry.
No. We talk about rape way too much on the show because it happens to everyone.
Yeah. It's way too common. And not only that, I was outed by my rapist. Yeah. But it was someone who was supposed to be my friend. And after that, told people we hooked up as if it was consensual. Spread around my town to the point that I'm at a party. You know I'm a lit bitch. You saw me on New Year's.
Yeah, I know.
I'm turning it up. And by the way, I'm like, I'm not out at this point.
Right.
And I hear this guy saying my name and my rapist name, like, dash and doo-doo-doo, dash and doo-doo-doo, like that. Yanked the bitch up by his throat.
Yeah.
I am from Jersey. I'm not afraid to, stand up for myself.
You and Corinne are so similar.
Why are we?
Yeah.
I'm feeling it. Okay, Jersey girls with trauma.
Yeah.
Where are you from in Jersey?
I'm from Montclair.
Oh, you're a rich bitch. Okay.
Wait,
I used
got
to
a nice house.
I'm from Union. Womp womp.
Okay.
Home of Artie Wang, too.
I used to drive over to Montclair to get, nice movies from art house films and nice
very
vintage
art
stores.
Yeah, I thrived in the art. You know, I'm a theater
mini
girl.
NYC, yeah.
Mini. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
So yoked him up by his throat.
As you do.
Turn the wheel. Okay. Yoked him up. I said, do you have anything to fucking say to me?
Yes. Yes.
And he looked shook because he should be.
Yeah.
I have red hair.
When you get me to the point, I don't fucking play. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
You know about redheads.
I do.
We have, like, and I really don't like to channel that temper within me, that anger within me.
But when it gets poked,
but if I need
the bear.
to, I will release the Kraken.
Yeah.
And so, like, he knew. And so then I just grabbed my best friend, took him outside. I started bawling, crying. And then that's when he tells me, like, this has been, like, a rumor. This has been spreading around the town.
Wow.
And so,
oh my goodness.
Tried to, process everything. It was, like, really, and that's why. So then my ex, Molly, like, that's when she confronted me, being like, hey, I'm hearing this. And that's when, like, I came out to her, we fucked. It was great.
Oh, wow.
So that's, like, we're starting to put together the pieces,
I
right,
see.
of the puzzle.
Yeah.
Then I I originally was at school in South Carolina. Choices. Yeah.
Beautiful state, not beautiful minds of people, of everybody there.
clock that T.
Yeah.
Transferred to NYU, great decision. And then when I was at NYU, that's when I found out that like he was actually a serial rapist and he had done this to multiple other victims.
They always do.
It fucking destroyed me. I felt guilt. I felt so much guilt because I felt like if I had spoken out or done something about it earlier, maybe this wouldn't have happened to them.
Sure.
Oh, it was dark. So then I went through a whole legal battle against
good for
him.
you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
And I won.
Yeah.
She's a winner, baby.
Yes.
And that was like super empowering for me. I mean, the legal system is so fucked up.
It is fucked.
It was traumatizing in itself.
Well, because I know that's why a lot of people don't legally go after the rapist because they don't. And frankly, I don't blame them. You don't want to experience that again. But if you can get behind me doing this is going to prevent it from future people, if you have that in you, and if you don't, it's okay. But like,
it's
that's
totally okay
it's
to not like do legal action about it.
Yeah.
Like if you're not ready or you're not comfortable, like I never want to put pressure on survivors of abuse.
So how long was this legal battle?
It was 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah, and it was so exhausting. And my parents like were there with me every step of the way.
Oh my God, you have amazing parents.
I do. I love them so much.
Civil, criminal, what are we dealing with here?
So that was the thing. I had like 2 options. I could go about it to like try and get this man in jail.
Yeah.
But the truth was
case.
like I wasn't going to win because, and like my lawyers like mapped it out for me. And like, I would have loved that route.
Yeah, of course.
If there was actual potential for something to be done about it.
Yeah.
But the problem was if I go that route, I had no protection. If I went about it to get it on his record and to get a restraining order, I not only had protection, but I could win that.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's where I ended up going because
makes
I
sense.
wanted to feel safe.
Yes.
I didn't feel safe after that, you
Yep,
know?
of
And like,
course.
it was just like, and winning that case, like, honestly brought me so much closure from that. And that was like an 8-year thing because that happened. I was 2 weeks into being 18 or maybe a month.
Oh my gosh,
2 to 4
such
weeks.
a baby.
Yeah. Because I turned 18 in May. It happened in June. So it was within a month of me turning 18 when that happened, when I was attacked. And
Did you get to speak to him in court?
no, he didn't show up, which I'm fine with.
Yeah,
I don't
I
need
guess.
to see you, sweetie.
Yeah.
He didn't show up. Interesting.
That's
That's
Didn't
a
show.
big case not to show up for.
Well, he's ashamed. He's ashamed,
Exactly.
I guess.
And like, I don't.
but like, fuck you. You know?
Yeah, I mean, like his life, like I have updates because of like my team and like, you know.
Yeah,
like,
no way he had easy beginnings in his life.
no, that's the thing is like I actually like, I don't feel like carrying around hatred for him or like deep anger for him is beneficial to me at this point in my life.
Yeah.
I did for a long time, but like I know that
It's
like
not the spiritually healthy choice for
it's
you.
not. Anger's like a hot coal. I just got to throw it. Like I wish him peace. I truly do hope he learns to be a better person and never does this to anyone again.
Yeah.
Like that's what I hope for him. Like
Yeah. And rape, you know, it's rape is a power thing. It's all power. It's not necessarily sexual. It's about having power over somebody. It's about using somebody's body as your struggle, like as your control mechanism. And that's one of the many reasons why it's so disgusting to like it's just such a bad crime. So I'm glad that there's no way this didn't make a dent on him spiritually. There's no way.
I mean, I think he at least knows that there's the restraining order against him and that it's on his record at this point. So it's like, I feel like at least I was able to somewhat hold him accountable and protect myself.
Yeah.
You know?
Have any of his other victims pursued legal action against him?
They did not join the case, which is okay. They weren't
but you
there.
invited them.
Offered? Okay.
They were
Interesting.
invited, but you know, I didn't ever want them to feel pressure. It's like such a heavy thing to relive and to like, you know, you're sitting in front of this straight white man having to basically like, as a minority, like tell your story and then they get to decide if they believe you. Like, it's like really
humiliating.
mentally.
It's like,
I wouldn't
Why
say
is my truth up for
humiliating
grabs?
because I felt empowered that I even had the balls to do it.
Yeah.
But I would say it's degrading.
Okay.
I would say it's degrading. And wait, fuck, so after this, like, I feel like I was eventually able to take my power back because for a while I really wasn't safe in my body sexually.
Yeah.
And like, I am like, you know, I like to like, how do I say this?
Your sexuality is a big part of you.
I'm a horny girl.
Yeah, me too, girl.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, and like people are fucking hot. And I'm also like into like, I'm very open-minded.
Well, it's what like being comfortable in your sexuality and leaning into your sexuality in a way that feels good for everybody involved. I don't know that I've ever felt more empowered in my life.
I gotta give you the queer clap. Yes, and I'm like so proud of myself because like now I'm like sexually empowered. Like there was a point where I was like promiscuous, but I was doing it out of like pain and like trying to like, you know, then there was a point where I was like not sexual at all because of pain and trauma.
Now you have balance.
Excuse me, please cut that out.
Oh no, it's fine.
I'm trying to be dateable and fuckable.
So how did this come back on Squid Game? So the show,
Oh, yeah.
this case was, you talked about
Well,
the case.
yeah, like I talked about it in my processing interviews is what they called, right? And like literally all of the other like either supporting or main characters, I was more supporting, I'd say, but I'm still one of the most memorable people from that show, Clock That T. Yeah. Even with a supporting character role, which I genuinely thought I was going to be a main character because of everything that happened to me in there.
Right.
And on top of my backstory, but none of that interview aired. Like in me in the cute outfit, like they didn't humanize me at all. I was more like comedic relief / messy gay. You know, which like I love the comedic relief part of it because like, you know, we
it's
love
just a
comedy.
vapid skeletal stereotype.
Yeah,
of
but it's like I have a depth.
Yeah,
and like I would have, you know, I'm grateful for Netflix. It's not their fault at all. They didn't edit this. They've definitely championed me and like had me on their podcast since I was invited to the finale. Only like 15 of the 456 cast members were.
Wow.
So like I'm grateful for Netflix. I love Netflix. You know, when it comes to the editors, whoever edited this. Girl, we need to talk.
Yeah.
At some point. I'm very confused why they went the direction when it came to my story. But yeah, so that was disappointing to not have, you know, because I want
the truth to be told.
Yeah, and I would like, I mean, to go through all of that, it's like I want to represent for fluid people, for the queer community, but also for survivors. Like that's very important to me.
Yeah.
You know? But it's also hard to talk about.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, especially when your story is in the hands of others. Like you want your story to be your own. How did the guy who went around saying he was a Trump supporter, how did he come back into play with this? Like, what was he? So he was mad at you for outing?
But it was just really weird. Like he eliminated me and saying that the reason why is because I'm the reason people know he's a Trump supporter. But that's like literally insane.
My God.
Like that's why I was eliminated. That's why $4.56 million was taken, or the chance for it was taken out of my hands. And I was going to donate $1 million to I was going to donate $1 million to queer and trans homeless youth. So I'm there fighting for my community.
Yeah.
You know, and I already was having to deal with a homophobic guy, transphobic guy who got us first one from our cast to get a spinoff, mind you. Yeah, I have a video on my Instagram exposing him after he went on the second show and was homophobic to a bisexual girl who's an icon. Shout out to Dominique, love you. So like, and I was so proud of myself for finally speaking up about that. But like, I've never really talked about the hate crime. So this is some good tea, but fuck it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, that's the reality. You hate crime me out of my competition and you know you're dead wrong. He went up to my best friend from the show and said, hey, I don't know if you still talk to Dash. Lies. I know you're checking on me, boo. Because me and him collaborate a lot. He's like, he's the one with like the 8 abs.
Nice.
Yeah. Super hot gay.
Yeah.
We love him, Sam.
Yeah.
He's like, he goes up to him in an event. He's like, I don't know if you still talk to Dash, but let them know I'm sorry. Okay.
That's very cowardly.
You're this man. You're 4 feet tall, sweetie. You have a lot of
Napoleon complex.
Napoleon boots.
Yeah.
Napoleon boots. He was
boots.
walking around the dorm when he was picking who to eliminate. He's like, anybody want to go home?
It's the most powerful he's ever felt.
Yes.
What?
And he eliminated me and a black single mother. Trump's America.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But it's like so creepy because it's like, baby girl, you're the one telling people that you're a Trump supporter. So if you want to eliminate the people who eliminate yourself.
Right.
Why am I? Why this fabulous queer icon?
Yeah. Well, I think people like him are intimidated by others who can comfortably be themselves.
Exactly. And if it was about the game, like I would have respected that. Like I am a good social player, you know? And I have the strategic mind. I love these competition shows. Like if you had taken me out, like you're a threat to my alliance, because fuck that alliance.
Yeah.
I would have been like, you know what? good move. But he doesn't have the balls to admit that a bitch like me had you shaking.
Yeah.
Because he's a baby girl.
There's a lot of that
Let's
online.
unpack that.
Yeah,
Why are you really
making
mad?
him horny? Like,
I think you were.
That's what some people think. I'm not going to say that, but
we can say that though, because that's the read we're getting.
Seems like so.
Why does my unapologetic nature make you so hot and bothered and angry?
Intimidated by it because it's powerful. There's a lot of people like on the internet, like the times that Corinne and I will get hate on the internet, which is, every so often, but it's like, it doesn't even matter at this point because it's like, okay, what are we gonna do? But then when like a lot of times I'll respond to people, like when I'm in a good mood and I can be like, I'm gonna respond with compassion, which is not often, but when I have it in me, I will. And then they're like, holy shit, I didn't even think you were gonna respond. I'm like, did you even mean what you fucking said? You didn't even mean what you fucking said.
They just wanted your attention because you're an icon.
Yeah. And they feel empty. They just feel empty and vapid.
I have a good little story about hate comments.
Let's go.
So one time, this was like before Squid Game. So I had like I still am not a huge following, but like it helped.
Yeah.
We're on our way.
You're a force regardless.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about, quality, not quantity, right?
Absolutely.
I agree.
So it was my cousin. I collaborated with my cousin because she's like a singer, a YouTuber. She's great, Juliet. So that was like my first taste of like a lot of people seeing me on like a media outlet. And this little boy messaged me being like, fucking faggot. And
he fucking faggot. He definitely talked like that too.
He little boy. That makes me so sad.
I went to his page. He was like maybe 11.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, this is so sad.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, but like
playing too much Halo.
And sometimes I'm like respond like take the high road, Michelle Obama.
Yeah, we're not doing that anymore.
But like
we're going
sometimes
low.
I'm like, bitch, I have a degree in petty philosophy and I will weaponize it. So I literally was like, don't nobody want you, boo. I was like, and I read him for filth, and then he responded being like, I'm so depressed, I want to kill myself. He's like, I'm so sorry, like that I said that, like I'm just really depressed. And I was like, aw. And then I was like, wait, I kind of stan you.
Yeah. We're not our best when we're sad or when we're embarrassed or whatever.
So I gave him lump. I was like, listen, like sending people like calling people bigoted words is not going to make you any less depressed. Yeah. Go to therapy, like heal yourself. I'm rooting for you, but like please don't treat people like this going forward. And he was like, I won't.
It seems like a lot of people, they only know, they want to affect others and they feel connected to others by affecting them negatively or positively. And I think a lot of people have it in their head that getting a rise out of somebody, it's like their brain is subconsciously mistaking that with connection.
It's so weird. And oh my God, like literally most of my hate when Squid Game dropped was from queer people.
Weird.
So weird.
That's like, the self-hating. That makes sense.
It's self-hating. It's really sad. It's like I love.
That's so disappointing because like
I'm here fighting for our community.
Yeah.
Like if you knew my story, if you knew what I went through, I doubt they would be doing this. But regardless, like I feel like queer people can be very competitive with each other, and they're like, that should have been me. Like, but it's like, baby girl, like what is for you won't pass by you. Like, you don't need to hate on the next bitch.
Yeah.
So
the scarcity
really
mentality, I think, is like one of the biggest culprits in the us versus them thing.
Yes. It's like if we had more representation, maybe the gays wouldn't feel this way and the queers wouldn't feel this way. But like we should be holding then the networks accountable and the casting accountable and not the people who are
reacting
those
to
opportunities.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens with women too. I mean, it's just straight men have really found a way to kind of do what they want at the top while we all fight each other on the bottom. I mean, there's so many caste systems that are working that way, whether it be with minorities or financial caste systems in this country. I mean, it's just it's like truly, let's all fight each other here while everyone's having a great time up there and it's just straight men up there.
Yeah, because the straight men have managed to get us only focused on transgender women being predators to a child, which if a man wants to be a predator to a child, they don't care what signs on the fucking bathroom. So we're focusing on this 1% when the other 1% that have billions of dollars are fucking everything up. And it's like, guys, stop the pawn thing. Like humans are our psyche's so delicate. We're so susceptible of fear of the other. And I just can't wait for the moment. And I do think it's going to happen where we're going to realize all the people stirring the pot so that we're distracted, we're going to turn on them eventually.
I'm ready.
Yeah, I've been ready this
We've
whole
been ready
time.
a long time.
That's why Corinne's running for mayor. Like, let's go. Like,
I'm so
end with this
excited.
corruption bullshit.
Yes, we need people like
who give
us.
a shit.
Yes, who are like actually for the people, because the truth is the people at the top are doing everything they can to distract us.
Yeah.
To
Infighting.
keep themselves at the top.
Well, that's what upset me so much. Like we were on the Daily Show, like an election special a couple weeks before the election in November. And we went to a Trump rally in Latrobe, Pennsylvania. And we spoke to people, and these people felt bad for us because we hadn't, seen the light of Donald Trump, but I was also feeling bad for them. And because I'm like, you really believe this man cares about middle class and lower class people, and he doesn't.
Not at all.
And even though I don't agree with a lot of your viewpoints, I don't want you to be doing badly. I really don't.
Well, good things for you. And we fucked with the people we talked to. They were kind and they were welcoming, and they were much more welcoming than a Democrat would be to a Trump supporter, I would say, at a rally.
Yes.
And so that was very palpable for us.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh my gosh, it's so clear. It was so clear to me that Elon and Trump were in cahoots, and they were just going to try to monetize this win any way they could. And I didn't understand how they were able to pull the wool over so many people's eyes.
I think because 100 heirs worship billionaires. It's this weird thing of if you worship the people you want to be like, I think.
Yeah.
Possibly.
I mean,
but it's
a whole larger conversation about how we're just lusting after capitalism, and the only thing that matters to us is making more money than our neighbors. That's a whole separate issue.
I was sent this video. My boyfriend sent me this very interesting video about feudalism, which I'm like, what the fuck is that? And it talked about how we're moving from a capitalist society to a feudalist society. And he explained where, back in more ancient times, you were either a serf where you worked the land, or you were a landowner. No one inherited anything that wasn't in your caste system. So you're born that way, you die that way, no questions asked, there we go. So that is what's happening now, but with digital currency. You either own a social media platform, or you work the land of a social media platform. And you only have power if you own the social media platform. And so I think that
because when you own you own the conversation,
and you control people's thoughts, and you can really manipulate.
Control the entire narrative.
Yes.
And that's so scary.
Very.
Exactly. And
very.
That's the thing.
But there's more of us than there are of them. There's 10 of them. There was a meme I saw this morning that's like, if billionaires got killed the same rate children were murdered in America during a school shooting, there'd be no billionaires in 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many more of us than there are of them.
And these people are voting against their own best interests, but they don't realize
it's
it.
tough.
Because they're being fed misinformation, they're being manipulated,
Yeah.
they're being fear-mongered.
Right.
It breaks my heart what they're doing to trans people, because trans people are already such a vulnerable minority group.
I know.
Leave them the fuck alone.
I know. And I was going to ask, how do you feel about them? LGB is now, that's all it is on the CDC's website, the government websites.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
There is no queer community without trans people.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right.
They literally started the queer
revolution.
rights movement. Are they okay?
They threw the first brick.
Literally.
Yeah. So it's but also the Republicans are obsessed with trans people. They're obsessed. And it's so, oh God, it's so it's the tale as old as time of the politician trying to make prostitution illegal has the most whores in his hotel room. What are we doing?
Because did you see that it showed that all these Republicans' most searched thing was trans porn?
Yes.
Oh, I have it. Yeah. Well, back when I was doing comedy a couple months ago, I had a joke about how trans porn is one of the most searched categories of porn. Yet I've never met anyone who's seen it. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. That's weird.
It's almost
something's awry in the state of Denmark.
I was like, it's either people are lying or Pornhub stats are way off,
Clock it.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because people,
And we know a lot of trans comedians, and they're like, guys, stop it. I don't want to fuck kids. I don't want to do, we're making up these stories.
You don't have to transition to fuck kids. You can just be a man.
Exactly, but that's what they're doing. A pedophile is going to be a pedophile. If they choose to act on it, nothing will stop them.
Oh, it's so disturbing.
And it is disgusting that you are, and that you're weaponizing this thing that like women feel unsafe in the world with straight men because those are the wolves anyway. It's almost always a straight man is the wolf. And so this is an actual problem that's actually happening, but now you are completely misconstruing like the fact that this happens and women feel unsafe, and then you're adding this other layer of the trans thing, and it's like, ew.
It's classic demonization, you know, and dehumanization.
Yeah.
It's very creepy, and it really does remind me of like how, and even what they're doing to immigrants and like vilifying immigrants, that it reminds me
gross.
of World War II and like what the Nazis did to dehumanize the Jews and minorities.
When Elon did the Nazi salute twice, and then he tried to like come off as like, oh, I'm just this autistic genius, mysterious guy.
He's
like
gaslighting the entire country.
Fucking fuck yourself.
His poor daughter. He has a trans daughter.
I know.
That
Thank
is
God.
so
Thank God
sad.
for Grimes. Because
Yes.
Really?
I think
I feel for her.
I think that she'll do a good job. I really like her music. I'm like,
Oh, you do. You're like a Grimes fan.
I really like her music, and I think that she's gotten a lot of hate for
What her ex did.
for being married to Elon. But it's like we all have someone in
Hey,
we're not proud of, right?
If you held up all my exes to the fire, I'd be embarrassed.
I think she'll take care of her kids if she can get a hold of them. I mean,
that's
Could she not
good.
get a hold of him?
Well, I mean, Elon has so much more money than her.
Yeah.
He was basically like, she was like, she was like on X, maybe probably not X. She was like online being like, I haven't seen my kids.
But like Grimes, do you not have access to like arsenic or anything?
I know.
Like, girl, you could help us here.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, 'cause she's just not,
know.
even though we know her, she's, in the world of pop stars, just not that famous.
Yeah.
And then compared to the richest man, that's
The
a hard
richest
battle.
man.
That's a hard legal battle to fight. So I actually do feel for her a lot.
The one thing that I think humanity has in common though is this notion that power, like, it's delicate, man. If you give a person power, the odds of them going corrupt with it are they're very high. Like it's really interesting to me how a man can have multiple billions of dollars and not just fuck off on an island. You don't have to work again.
Right.
But you're just so hungry for this power that I'm like, that is very interesting to me.
It's
very
very
interesting.
much giving supervillain art.
And the fact that the
Right.
president created his own digital currency the day before he got inaugurated, and then his net worth increased by billions of dollars before he got into office because now foreign power can buy him by just buying his currency. Hey, that is nuts.
And I don't even trust that the election wasn't rigged.
I know. I'm like, I'm
Because
gonna believe it's not.
Y'all
but like,
called
if
the
we find
last
out,
one rigged. I think that was a setup. And then now it's like
It's a little bit of a misdirect.
it's like they're in charge of all the internet and like the electronics. Like, I don't know.
it doesn't
It's
make
just
sense.
really weird.
Well, and also there's so many articles about how Trump has absolutely had it with Elon, but there's obviously a reason why he has to keep him around.
I know.
Almost like Elon
has
did
a
him a
P-tape.
favor.
Fuck it.
and fucking won him the election. You're saying?
Yes.
Well,
I could totally see that.
There's
being
something
possible.
that went on between them where Trump has to keep Elon around because Elon did something for Trump. I don't know what it is.
I think you're right.
But like because it's his whole team, it's not really hidden anymore that Trump is like because he's stealing his spotlight. Trump doesn't want his spotlight stolen by Elon.
Yeah,
It's the worst thing you could do to him.
Narcissist.
And he's in this special appointed position where he can act beyond below the radar of the law. That's why Elon is getting away with all this.
It's
there's
not
no
even
checks and balances.
A man who's not appointed getting access to like our social security numbers
so
is like,
creepy.
that's really fucked, man.
Very limited amount of people have that kind of power, and Elon has that power, and it's extremely dangerous.
And maybe Corinne, you would have the answer to this, or maybe you, Dash. I certainly don't. But there was the video of Eminem talking about when he's asked about Trump, there's so many words that come to his brain that he feels overwhelmed, because he fucking hates Trump. He goes, I fucking hate that people think that Trump likes you. He doesn't fucking like you. Like but like the gaslighting.
Yes.
Gaslighting, the form of gaslighting as a form of abuse, as a tactic of abuse, how do you get past that when this person just keeps doing it? Like, I don't know how to surpass gaslighting or how to overcome it.
How are
or
we
how to call
supposed
them
to
out.
wake these people up?
Right.
Great question.
I wish I had the answer.
I mean, it's a slow process because I think it's taking them being personally affected, like people who are who voted for Trump and are married to immigrants, and then they're ICE is knocking on their door and their wife is being deported. I think
which is happening. Yeah.
So it's that when you are that
you have to be abused,
deeply
almost
ingrained into a cult, like something really has to shake your world for you to get out of it. I mean, they are in a cult.
Yes, and cults are
cold down.
Cults are so powerful. It's one of the most powerful forces in humanity in this day and age. I think is a cult.
Yes,
but I think it's a larger conversation that we have failed as a country because the people who voted for Trump didn't feel a part of our country so much that they needed to feel a part of something else, right? I think it's always easier to try and solve a problem when you're like, okay, well, maybe I can't control this part of it, but how can I try to heal this other part of it that made it happen initially? I mean, these are big issues.
Yeah, I know. But it's happening on such a big level where our entire government is just made of people that are gaslighting. And there's so many news sources that are like, they're doing this thing and they're lying, and it's illegal, it's unconstitutional, but then nothing's getting done about it.
It's so true. But also, I gotta say, the Democrats are also a mess.
Oh, yeah, they're spineless.
That's part of the reason why I'm running. The Democratic Party has no voice anymore.
They don't stand on shit.
Yeah, they're either diet Republican or they're concentrating on things that just don't affect the average everyday working American.
Yeah.
So then we've lost these everyday people to the Republican Party, which is
Democrats need to be
a
more
wild
cunty.
move because that really should just be for rich people and supervillains, kind of.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
It's
wild times.
It's
wild.
difficult.
But I really think that, especially if you have a life where you've had a lot of traumatic experiences in your life, a time in history like the one we find ourselves in, we are more equipped to handle it. We are, because it's all right, I've handled a lot. You've handled a lot of hell in your life, Dash.
Yes.
We are going to, so let's fucking go. Let's go. Come at me, bro. Let's fucking go. Take our rights away. We will remain. We will be solid, and we will.
You can't erase us.
Exactly.
You can't erase us. And I'm not going to lie and say it doesn't affect me. It fucking sucks. It's heavy. It
feels gross.
But it's they're not going to win.
Yeah.
In the long run.
Yeah.
No matter what they do. We're still gonna exist.
Yeah.
Period. I believe the queer community and all minorities will outlast this fucking tyrant mess, MAGA.
I remember
bullshit.
the first ever trip I had to New York City. I was in 8th grade and I saw my first ever Broadway musical, which was Rent.
Love
and
Rent.
that was when I was first exposed to I would say queer magic and the community. They weren't I'm gay, I'm trans. They were just themselves, and it was. I was so in awe of that musical. I became upset. I cried. That musical impacted me so much. And that is this type of magic that I think New York City has, and that the queer community is at the spine of that magic, frankly. So look forward to keeping that alive when Corinne's elected.
That. Oh my God! Oh, are you in the Alphabet Mafia?
She's a huge supporter.
I'm an ally. I do a lot of nonprofit work, and so basically all the nonprofit work I have done was with LGBTQ organizations,
amazing,
animals or women's rights. Wow. I would say the most work I've done is with New Alternatives. If you're familiar with New Alternatives,
I've heard of them.
Yeah, for a lot. It's a lot of people who have gotten youth kicked out of their house for coming out as gay or trans, and it's a great organization. But sometimes you hear people's stories and you're just if this is where you're starting in life, you just don't, you feel such a lack of love and acceptance, and you don't feel seen at all. This is a hard road.
Yeah, when your first
travel,
when your first bully is your parent.
Yeah.
You got a lot of hills to climb.
Yes, and that's why I always say, I'm so lucky to have the parents I did, because given my traumatic coming out, if I didn't have their support, who knows where I'd be?
Yeah, and it gave you the courage to fight in court over something that was not a fun experience. So it's wow.
Yeah, and it's I do some work with Ali Forney.
Oh, yes.
Incredible.
Amazing. They're amazing. And that's what I wanted to, that's one of the things I want to do is because having a roof over your head, having a family, having a home is so important. To be kicked out of your family because of who you are. Like, that's so
What message does that send to a child? I mean, it's crazy. And they need love. They need all the love because they deserve all the love.
And I want to say it. Do not have kids if you're not okay with your kid being queer or trans.
Yeah.
Clock it.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Right? Don't have kids.
No. If you want to
dog.
mold your child and just birth a maid,
exactly.
get a maid. It's cheaper. It's fucking cheaper. And you can actually say, you could order a maid around, within reason.
Depends what kind of maid.
Yeah, that's true. So this has been amazing, Dash. I'm so glad we met that faithful New Year's Eve night.
Wait,
You're amazing.
Like, I'm obsessed with you, and now I'm obsessed with you. And
she's amazing.
You got my vote secure.
Yes.
Okay, and I'll tell my friends to vote for you, too.
Please do.
I appreciate that.
Where can we find you online? Where can we get more of you?
Oh, yes, all of me. DashKatz.com is our website, and then it's just at Dash Katz, Katz, on everything. That's Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter. Yeah.
I'm never calling it X.
Ew, disgusting. X who? But this was so fun, and you guys, I love your work.
Thank you. I love your work and your stories, and we're all like walking libraries, and so I think it's so important to hear each other's stories. So I really appreciate you sharing yours with us.
It was fun. We got deep, we got messy, just like I like it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here.
Love y'all.
This has been Guys We Fucked, the Anti-Slut Shaming Podcast. We'll talk to you next Friday.